What's up, everybody? Welcome. Clap me again. Welcome back to the Pack Bros channel. I'm Rob.
I'm Chris.
And today we are doing or fulfilling or whatever you want to call it, the Q&A that we promised in our thank you video for 1,000 subscribers. We do not have any packs in this video. Sorry to disappoint you, but we are going to address some of the questions that we received from the comment section of the 1,000
subscriber
subscriber
video.
appreciation video, as well as responses to a community poll or something you put up.
Yeah, it was a community post. Yeah.
Perfect. So we did get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish questions, and we're going to spin some of them off into other things as well.
Okay, so here are all of our questions. These are in no particular order, by the way. We're going to start with number 1. This is from Henny Fatasia, 4109.
I think it's Haniftasia. That's what I'm going to go with. We don't know. Sure. Let us know. Let me know down below who got it right. But this guy doesn't know names, so.
True. Regardless, thank you for the question. The question is, what has been the general impression of Parkhurst Champions in the hobby? And the second part to that is, do you see Upper Deck continuing to make Parkhurst Champions after the 23-24 edition?
Is that my question to answer?
We'll both answer it, but
all right.
you know more than me, so.
I have a slightly skewed perception of Parkhurst Champions. I know Parkhurst is a brand that's been around for a very long time. It's come and gone multiple times in the hobby. Parkhurst Champions 11-12, small green box with, I believe, Gretzky on it, was one of my favorite products to open. It was a Legends-focused product. There was nothing else other than Legends in it. It was like a 100, 150 card base set. They had minis. They had wire photos. I have the entire set in my head. In fact, I almost have, without the autos, I almost have a full master set collection in our basement right now. I'm just missing a couple of the black and white parallel inserts and a couple of the greenback minis. That's how much I love the Parkhurst Champions product. Of course, there's Lemieux stuff in it, which excited me. It also had some beautiful wire photo autos, both individual, dual, and trio. So like they would have like the Stastny brothers, and you'd get all 3 of their autographs on one wire photo, hard signed. I should also mention all these were hard signed. I loved that product. It was also very affordable. I think it was like $75-$80 at the time. It was a 1 auto guarantee, no serial numbered cards, just parallels and beautiful autographs. I loved that product. I wish they would bring it back. Fast forward to, I want to say this year, but what was it? Was it a 21-22 product that they released?
I think it was 21. Late. It was definitely late, for sure.
I don't like it as much. Yes, there's some parallels. Yes, there's some value. We broke a box of it.
Mm-hmm.
1 box?
I think it was 1.
1 box. It was not worth the price tag, is the best way that I can put it. The parallel inserts are not worth enough to make the value make sense. Yes, they had Legends in there, but they were few and far between. They're super short printed. So it just felt like they were using the Parkhurst brand on a 21-22 rookie crop. There was much more modern players and rookies in it than what I'm familiar with, the Legends. So my stance is I didn't like the new one. Nice design, nice idea, poor price point for what you can get inside. If they lower the price point, I'd be interested. And if they just geared it towards Legends, I'd be interested. But I didn't love it, and I'm disappointed I didn't love it because I wanted to love it, and I was looking forward to it for a long time. I didn't love it, and it's not just because of the results we got. It's because I don't think there's enough value for the price tag on it. To answer question 2, they are making the next edition. I don't know if it's 22-23 or they're going to jump to 23-24, but I saw a pre-order for this recently. So yes, they are continuing it. I hope they fix the price point. That's my opinion.
Okay. So my opinion, coming from somebody that didn't have that nostalgic love for the product back in 2011-12, this was my first time opening a Parkhurst Champion box. I had the information that Rob just described to you guys, but I didn't have the nostalgia factor of opening it back then. So from a newer collector's point of view, when I see Parkhurst Champions, I'm thinking Legends and Champions. What we got in the product was like 3 or 4 Legend cards, and then just a bunch of rookies and modern players, which kind of seemed counterintuitive to what the product's name is and what it should have brought. The other thing about it was, I did like the hard sign auto. That was cool.
Yeah.
The price was too high for what the product was. And my biggest gripe about this, and it's in the video that we posted, we were pulling cards that they would have like rookie, legend, and then veteran on top of the cards, and it would state that. and we got some people that were veterans that were in the league for like 2 or 3 years. I remember like being a gripe for me in the video because I'm like, dude, you just started. Like you literally just started.
I mean, technically, there's nothing else to call a second-year player, so I get where they're coming from. But also, you could have just left it off.
Yeah, just don't put it. Like it bugged me so much. I'm like, he's played like 12 games so far. How is he a veteran? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's been a bench player. How is he a veteran?
Yeah.
A veteran in my mind, even for someone new to the hobby, but someone that has enjoyed hockey for quite a while, a veteran is like 5+ years, 6+ years,
yeah.
something like that. Not a dude that was a rookie in 20. Like Lafreniere was labeled a veteran.
Which I also think is kind of blurry because the Parker's, like, that was a 21-22 product and came out in 23-24. So it really kind of screws with the timeline of things mentally.
Yeah, but like how is Laffy a freaking veteran?
I know.
He was a rookie the year before the year of the product.
Yeah.
So that was my gripe with it. Overall, I didn't really enjoy it. The designs were nice. The Heartstyle auto was cool.
Yeah.
The price tag was too high. And it didn't deliver on what I thought it was going to be. So that was my opinion on it.
Yes. So Haniftasia 4109, thank you for your support. Thank you for your question. I hope that answers it well enough.
All right, to question number 2. This is specifically towards you. Can you do a video of Robbie's Penguins card collection?
Who asked the question?
This was Nick's Kicks 8668.
Perfect. Nick's Kicks, thank you for the question and thank you for your I don't know, appreciation to my PC or interest in my PC. I'll be completely clear. Yes, I collect Penguins cards 100%. And I do have smaller PCs of Crosby, Malkin, Letang, and Fleury. I used to have Stahl and Jordan Stahl and somebody else, but as they got traded, I really only try to keep lifers. That's really what I focus on Penguins PC collection. So I do have some really nice Crosby pieces, some really nice Malkin pieces, some really nice Letang and Fleury pieces. I try and avoid Fleury a little bit because, yes, he got traded, but he was a big part of the team. But at the same time, there's some nut jobs who collect Fleury out there. His price is way up. But all that said, more than that, we could easily put into a video. That part aside, because it's not a lot. There's some really nice pieces, but it's not a ton. My Mario Lemieux collection would not fit in a video.
True.
I have I think I have almost 2,000 unique cards at this point. And by unique, I mean no duplicates. 2,000 different Lemieux cards, base included. So there's some boring stuff in there from his first rookie O-Pee-Chee Topps version all the way to modern stuff. I have some beautiful pieces. I have some 1-of-1s. I have a lot of different Mario Lemieux stuff. So I don't know how I'd put that into a video, but I'd love to share it with you guys. I think we could probably do one for all the other Penguin stuff, the non-Lemieux stuff. And then maybe I would share my Lemieux stuff that is, I'll ignore the base cards and just share like the nicer stuff with you guys.
Yeah.
We'd have to play around with it. I'd love to do it. We've been talking about it for a long time. It's just about, would you guys actually like to see it, and like how much can we squeeze into one video without me showing you a bunch of base cards, which you're probably not that interested in.
I think it's a good idea to do the 2 separate videos. Like
Yeah.
have your smaller collections in one and then maybe Lemieux in another. I'm just throwing an idea out here. Maybe for the Lemieux, you could pick out your top like 10 or 15 like favorite Lemieux cards that you've gotten. They don't have to necessarily be high end. Maybe you'd like you pulled some of them and they're not really high end, but it was like really cool for you to pull. Maybe we can do something like that, and you can explain why you like these cards in particular and how rare they are, and maybe expand on it like that.
Yeah, we could figure it out. We could do something like that, and yeah, definitely we could do that. And I mean, let me know below what you'd prefer, what the interest level is, because if you guys are interested, we'll do it, no problem. But yeah, I appreciate the question, Nick's Kicks. We'll do something along those lines for you and anybody else that wants to see it. I appreciate your interest in my personal collection. I think if I can kind of spin off of this very quickly, I think PC and personal collections and stuff like that is dying. And I hate that. I full respect to the flippers out there. I mean, it's a grind. It's tough what you guys do and how you pay attention and all that. But like, I wouldn't be doing, like, if I was just breaking boxes and I wasn't PCing anything, I don't think I'd be as into this hobby as I am. It's my passion. It's, trying to build. Every time I find one more base card to increase the number that I have, it sends me over the moon, even if it's a 25-cent card. I love it. That's what I go to shows for. I don't go to shows to buy slabs and buy Young Guns and stuff like that. If I see a good deal, I'll buy a good deal because I'm aware. But my intention of going is to hunt Lemieux cards. If you ever see me at a local show anywhere in Ontario or otherwise, I'm looking for Lemieux cards. That's what I'm there for. Yeah. And if I see a good deal in the process, yes, I'll scoop up some extra cards to try and make some coin. But I'm not there hunting flips. I'm there hunting Lemieux stuff that I don't have that I can acquire at a reasonable price.
Yeah.
So I hope more people do that. I love PCs. I love seeing people collect, even like not um, like okay, Gretzky collectors. What about, I don't know, guys who've been in the league a long time? Joe Pavelski, Matt Duchene, Joe Thornton. These guys who probably are not everybody's favorite player, but they have so many cards and such a great career, and
Yeah.
I love seeing that stuff. That makes me really happy. So, thank you for the question, Nick's Kicks. We will get you some Penguins PC content in different variations. Appreciate your support as well.
All right. Next question is from Maxime Sear 4494. What is your favorite NHL team and least favorite team? And this is from a Canadians fan. That wasn't a comment.
Yes. Would you like to go first?
Yeah, I can go first. So my favorite NHL team, and this was not my decision, I was born into it, is the Pittsburgh Penguins. My second favorite team, I guess I would say, is Toronto Maple Leafs because we're from the GTA. My least favorite team, that is a good question because I don't really have a deep hatred or dislike for any team in particular. I don't know.
It's like a player you don't like, or like something like a jersey. Like there's just something.
Oh, Boston. There we go. Once you said player you dislike, I thought of the Rat. And I was like, okay, Boston. Yeah, Boston. Yeah, that's my least favorite team. Sorry to the Boston fans out there.
Okay. I don't want to be long-winded in this, so if you don't want to hear me say all this, just fast forward like 5 minutes. But I'm going to do my best to keep it brief. But I'm very passionate about sports, not just the NHL. I'm very passionate about sport business, the psychology of sport. I'm a massive sports fan. I can't explain to you how much I love sport. I'm not a bandwagoner or anything like that. I truly, truly, truly appreciate the integrity of sport and everything that it brings from a youth level all the way up to the pros. I say that because I grew up a Leafs fan. When I became of an age to properly understand, and please, I mean this with no hatred. I truly, truly mean this with no hatred, but I'm going to tell you my perspective growing up. When I came of an age to understand sports business and understand how, the NHL is a commodity and the teams are a commodity, I became to hate the way the Toronto Maple Leafs were run. I found like it was a scam type company signing the likes of Eric Lindros, a washed up Doug Gilmour, an Owen Nolan, just trying to bring in some guy who is past his prime, trading your first overall pick for it, like the Tuukka Rask deal or whatever it may be, and pretending that we're going to make the playoffs. And when you don't pay attention to anything else, you buy it. And the stadium was sold out for decades, and everything was gung-ho, and go Leafs go. But then you open your eyes and look at the rest of the league, and you go, there's no way that this team, as much as I love Darcy Tucker, Gary Roberts, Brian McKenna, amazing role player guys, they're not going to win you the cup by themselves. Matt Sundin, phenomenal player. He's not going to put a team on his back. He can't. Never did, never could. Amazing guy. And as I learned this, I said, you know what? I can't really be a Leafs fan and subscribe to this. So I left what was given to me by birth. And our uncle, who was a massive Penguins fan, and he put me onto Mario Lemieux, and I looked into it, and I understood the Penguins organization, which is highly respected up to the past couple of years. I'm not happy with the Hextall hiring. I'm glad he's gone. I'll spin off to that in a second. World-class organization. Amazing. Mario Lemieux's story is amazing in itself. If you don't know it, go look into it. What he overcame to be as amazing as he was is unheard of in sport. Shut up. The way they built, they've won multiple cups over time, 5 Stanley Cups, and they were only a team in the mid to late midish 90s, I'll say. Having Lemieux stay there his whole career, Crosby's going to stay there his whole career. Crosby lived with Lemieux. Just a remarkably respectable organization with a player who I thought was amazing, was my sports idol, and I never looked back. I'll be a Penguins fan even if they suck in 10 years. I'll be a fan when Crosby and Malkin are gone. I'll be a fan when Lemieux is 0% involved with the team. That is what I latched onto, and that is my NHL team. I'm not a Crosby fanboy. I didn't hop on then. I hopped on because of Lemieux, because of my uncle, because of Lemieux, and then understanding the organization and Lemieux saving them from bankruptcy and the way they've been able to carry that into 3 cups since. I have nothing else to say. They are my favorite NHL team. My least favorite NHL team. I have two, if I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like I have to hate the Philadelphia Flyers because they are rivals with the
Oh,
Pittsburgh
true.
Penguins.
I didn't even think about them.
I with that said, I'm supposed to hate them, but then I look into them and it's just they're always just annoying. They're just like I could never support a team like that. They've never really had a guy since Forsberg. They kind of always pretend to be good and they're not really good. They're the bullies and blah blah blah. I get it. They're lovable if that's your kind of thing, but it's not what I enjoy. I've never liked them. They always play the Penguins overly aggressive and in a dirty way. And I know there's dirty plays in sports. I know Penguins have had dirty players on the team too. Don't get me wrong, but it just feels like that's their culture, and I'm not big in that. Plus, I'm supposed to not like them. And then secondly, I don't love the Islanders at all. The Penguins and the Islanders have had rivalries over the past let's call it 10 years of playoffs. Again, I just don't love the fan base. I don't love the culture of the team. I don't love the way they play necessarily. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm not saying you're bad people if you're Flyers fans or Islanders fans. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that at all. Support your team, enjoy it. It's just not my favorite team to see or play against. And it's not because they've ever beaten the Penguins, because they've beaten the Penguins, and the Penguins have beaten them. All right? We have more cups in the past 10 years than you guys have in the past 15. So let's not even get into who's more successful. But that is probably where my blood boils a little bit. Now, Maxime, from a Canadiens fan, I will say this. I'm not the biggest Canadiens fan, but I respect the Canadiens for what they've been able to do over time, their history, and I would also say that I have a certain respect for the culture that they demand on their team. I do think they need to update the culture a little bit and be more willing and flexible with non-French speakers, non-francophones, and be willing to accept more mainstream or non French speaking players to be more competitive. But I have respect for the organization, despite their, us having some battles, the Penguins and the Canadiens over time. I do respect them as an organization. So I completely respect you being a Canadiens fan. I hope you guys have better fortune soon because you deserve it. I think the fan base deserves it. That's for sure.
All right, on to the next question. This is from Mike Morris, 5321. This is going to be really easy for me.
Really hard for me. You're going first.
What is your favorite card pull? So without a doubt, for me, it was from Bowman Best. I believe Bowman Best University, I want to say. I'll explain the product a little bit before I go into my favorite pull. In this product, when you ordered it, it was priced as a hobby box, but it came packaged with 2 boxes. So you were guaranteed an auto in a box, but because you got 2 boxes, you were guaranteed 2 autos and a bunch of other inserts and whatnot. It was fairly affordable at the time. And looking back on it, I think it was actually really slept on as a product for its first maybe month or so of release. Very slept on. The reason why this product was slept on is I think a lot of people were waiting for Wemby to come into the officially licensed arena with Panini, but he was in this product, Bowman Best. Caitlin Clark was also in this product, Bowman Best. Aaliyah Boston. There was so many fantastic players that came into the league afterwards that people realized, all of their pre-rookie cards are in this product, and it's affordable, and you get 2 autos per,
and there's not going to be any autos in Panini.
And there's not going to be any autos in Patini. And then once people started to realize that, then all of those Bowman Best started to get bought out. And then it was out of stock pretty quick after that. I managed to get my hands on, I believe, 4 of those individual tiny boxes. So it was 2 orders. And I think it was in my second box of my first break, I believe. My last pack. I opened the pack. And I'm going through it. And I'm getting to the point where it's going to be my last hit. I was praying to the freaking basketball gods for something. And I pull the card up slightly, a little bit more. And then I saw Metropolitans 92. And I was like you can see it in the video. My face just I was in disbelief. I'm like, this is my last hit. I haven't gotten the auto yet. It says Metropolitans. Wembanyama plays for Metropolitans. I'm like, there's no shot. I just got a Wemby auto. I pull it up more. It was numbered out of 99. So I got a Wemby green auto numbered out of 99 from the last pack of the last box of that break.
Pre-rookie card.
Pre-rookie card.
And I didn't split it with him.
And he didn't split it with me, and he was in another country, and I phoned him immediately after that. And when he picked up the phone, his first words were, "Am I going to be pissed?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then I showed him what I pulled. So at the time, that card was priced, I believe, around 2.5K. It was priced Canadian. Now it's selling for around 4. So I'm going to be holding on to that card for quite a while. I think Wemby's a special player. That was kind of a long-winded answer to what my favorite card pull was, but I wanted to give you a bit of backstory as to why it was my favorite card pull. It's going to be very hard to beat that pull. That was awesome. That was a great pull.
I have a lot more memory bank I have to file through than Chris does to remember my top pull, because I aggressively broke product from 2011 to 2014, took a big break, and then started back again in 2020. So yeah, unfortunately, I got the likes of the Taylor Halls, Tyler Seguins, Nail Yakupovs, and Nugent Hopkins, and I missed the Matthews, Marner, McDavid years, which sucks, because the amount of product I opened in 2011, 2012, 2013, if that was a McDavid year, I'd be rich right now, because I broke so much of that product. Anyways, I have to go back to those years to go over my favorite pull. It was out of a box of Ultimate. I don't remember the exact year, 11, 12, 12, 13. I pulled a Sean Couturier Rookie Shield Auto, 1 of 1 out of it. So cool to see and pull a shield. Not many people can say they've pulled a shield. Is Sean Couturier my favorite player? No, I just finished telling you about how the Flyers are not my favorite team. But it was really cool to pull. It was really cool to see a high-end product pull through. I feel like I'm more disappointed with high-end products than I am excited about them. I think back then I moved it for $1,000, which I'm sure now would be worth more, because Couturier is a lifelong Flyers player, and that was a rookie shield auto, 1 of 1 out of a high-end product to him. But back then, moving a card for $1,000, a hockey card for $1,000, is nuts.
Yeah,
like that was I was ecstatic that I got that. I think the box was like $150 tops, so I like almost 10x'd my money on that. And that was probably the most memorable pull that I've ever had. I'm sure there's been other good ones, but that's probably my biggest pull and my favorite, I guess you could say. I also just get a little bit excited whenever I pull Lemieux cards, even if they're just low stuff. That makes me happy. I think the best Lemieux card I pulled like a parallel out of 10 or something like that. Still have never pulled an auto. Still have never pulled, I think I pulled like a jersey card, but no patch cards or anything like that. And unfortunately, my time is dwindling because I feel like his stuff is less and less in products these days. But yeah, I would say Sean Couturier, Ultimate Shield Rookie Auto, 1 of 1 was my favorite pull. Thanks, Mike.
All right, on to the second last question. This is from Leech UFC. What is the worst versus best high-end product you've ever opened from experience? I think you're going to have a lot more to go through for this as opposed to me, because I think the only high-end product I've really opened was the cup. Like I said, I don't know if there's really any other high-end product that we've done together.
It's kind of hard to quantify high-end because I feel like everything costs high-end these days, and it's not.
Like, would you consider Ultimate high? I don't feel like Ultimate is high-end.
It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be. Any one-pack product where there's no base is supposed to be
considered premium.
It's supposed to be high-end. That's how it was. So, like, yeah, I have to agree. It's, we don't open a ton of high-end stuff, I guess is the best way I can put it. And I know that almost sounds silly because we just opened Series 2 hobby boxes that cost $400 a piece, which is a lot of money. I think probably, if I have to be honest, you know what? It's not high-end anymore. But Panini used to have a product called Dominion. And they also used to have a product called Limited. And those were their kind of higher-end-ish products. I loved those products. I loved Panini NHL stuff. You'd always get something decent in every box, and sometimes when you'd hit big. Beautiful cards, often hard signed, always serial numbered. I really, really, really enjoyed it. So I would say those are probably the best high-end products I've opened. The worst, I'm biased. We opened one box of the cup. We won it in a break. It wasn't great. I would have been really cheesed if I opened that at full price. That would have really frustrated me.
If you bought it, I think at the time the price was like 1,100 Canadian, like before tax. You're probably walking out the door with 1.2 for the box. I'm gonna say my worst and best was the cup. It was
Yeah.
the worst because the pulls were not great,
Yeah.
but it was also the best because we didn't pay anything for it really. It was like the group break price.
Yeah.
It was also my first super high end premium product, and I haven't really opened a really super high end premium product since then. So I know this isn't the best answer, but it is my worst and best high end product. It was really cool to see like the cup cards, and,
Yeah,
like, how
yeah,
they're
yeah,
made and
yeah.
how they're designed.
Open the tin. And
Yeah,
then,
they look sick. The experience was cool, but the cards themselves was not great. But I also can't really complain much because we won it.
Yeah.
So that's my answer.
Yeah, and I think sorry if it's not precise Leech because we don't open a ton of high end stuff. But yeah, if I had to go back, Dominion was a wicked product. It was usually about 2/3 of the price of the cup, but had better stuff in it. It just was Panini instead of Upper Deck. And then the cup is probably the most risky slash worst high end product we've opened. But I think what it comes down to, and I've said this before on the channel, I'll reiterate it again. It's not about the worst box. It's not about the best box. What does an average box look like? And how much of my money am I getting back on an average box? If the average box is closer to the worst case scenario, I don't like that product. If the average box is closer to the middle, where I like lose half my money or like 50 to 70% of my money I get back, I'm okay with that product because I'll take a 20 to 30% loss or 30 to 50% loss. It's these products nowadays where basically if you don't hit big and 10x your money, you are basically taking a 90% loss. Those are the ones I can't stand. I don't care if it costs $100. I don't care if it costs $1,000. If I'm losing 90% of my money in that box, it's a bad product to me. I need to be around 50 to 70% in a bad situation, and I'll feel okay with the gamble. That's kind of where it comes down to for me with the high end and the low end, and I think that's why we feel that way about the cup because we lost if we spent full, we probably lost 80% of our money on that. We didn't, luckily, but that's the kind of way it was. Whereas when I used to open Dominion Unlimited, I'd get back 50 to 70% in a bad box, opposed to and if you hit good, you're making money.
Yeah.
So I hope that gives you enough of an answer, Leech, and we hope to have more high end content on the channel as we proceed to grow. Thank you for your question and support.
All right. We know this is a long video. Thank you for staying with us. I will be putting chapters in this as well if you guys want to skip to any specific questions. We are approaching the last question here. The last question comes from Murder Bear Breaks. Are you guys going to open some of the Walmart mystery boxes? I'm going to expand onto that with my own addition here, and I'm going to ask what our opinions are on mystery boxes. So, short answer, yes. We're recording that right after this. Yeah, there you go. Sneak peek. We managed to get, I think in total we bought 6.
6
Each of us opened one
by ourselves.
on our own.
Yes.
Not a split, just on our own. It's ours. And then we have 4 that we're going to do on video. So yes, we are going to open that. Actually, I guess we can expand a bit on these Walmart mystery boxes in particular. If you want to hold it up again.
Well, okay, hold on. I don't want to expand too much on these ones because we are going to have a video dedicated to this.
Yeah.
So I'll gladly talk in general about the MJ Holdings structure and also what the hype is about these ones in particular. But we'll talk more about the specifics of it in our next video. So please, subscribe, follow, blah, 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 all that stuff to see the specifics about this. But this is the box that Murder Bear Breaks is referring to. It's a 5-pack product with 1 mystery item inside, and they advertise the hanger boxes of series the Bedard rookie as the possible mystery item. Although they also mention it includes 2015, 16, 16, 17 series 1 packs, which is McDavid, Matthews, and then other hobby packs and more. What we've seen from the and more has been Team Canada Master Collection autos. We've seen a Gretzky auto come out of it. We've seen a Crosby quad patch out of 10 come out of it. And we've also seen a box of Black Diamond come out of it.
Yeah.
From what I've seen online. I'm not verifying any of this. I'm not saying I pulled it. It's what I've seen online. And this is what I've seen only in the GTA, in Ontario, basically, through social media. This is to kind of tie back into the question, what do I think about mystery boxes? This is pretty unheard of. The only time I can remember it being half decent before is MJ Holdings put out these tins, and the tins usually had a 15-16 Series 1 pack inside of it, and the tins were selling, I believe, around $20-30 in retail. They were going on the aftermarket for $40-50 at one point, came back down. You were getting McDavid rookie potential in the $20 or $30 tin, which is unheard of. That's the only other time I've seen the MJ Holdings mystery boxes have real value or a genuine potential. I'm not saying they don't. They've been around for a long time repackaging products. MJ Holdings is a company out of Illinois, I believe, that does this type of concept where they have a bunch of retail product and hobby product and they try and mush it together into a repackaged product. They also do small little blister packs sometimes too that I think are great value and get people into the product. So this product intrigues me. You'll have to tune in and see what we think about it after we break 4 of them and talk about the other 2 we opened personally. My opinion on mystery boxes altogether, buyer beware. You know, you're getting a good bang for your buck, but you could just get a complete bang and there's absolutely nothing in it. And that is what it is. You could end up with 10 score packs for all we know.
True.
So it's a very dicey situation, but you know, is it fun to roll the dice on one and see what it's like? Yes, and clearly people have won on this one in particular. But that's my thought on these ones and MJ Holdings. I'll let Chris give his opinion.
Yeah, I pretty much have the same opinion as you, but I'll add on to it a little bit. I would say maybe 20% of the time that you buy a mystery product, there is potential for something good or great. The other 80% of the time, you're pretty much getting score packs, and it's not going to be a fun time. This also goes for TCG as well. And MJ Holdings does this with Magic the Gathering. They do this with Yu-Gi-Oh! They do this with Pokemon. It's the same across the board. There's probably a little better chance when it comes to the TCGs, Pokemon in particular, because Pokemon, they just have their booster boxes, their ETBs, and those like specially packaged products, but it's the same pack, right? Like a Shining Fates pack is a Shining Fates pack. There's no retail version of a Pokemon pack. A Pokemon pack is a Pokemon pack. So those ones are okay. Yu-Gi-Oh! Not the same thing. There's first edition and a limited edition. You're probably going to get unlimited, which I guess is like the retail equivalent if you want to say that. And Magic the Gathering, same thing. Same thing as Yu-Gi-Oh! It's extremely rare to find a product like the one that we're about to open right here with actual good potential from MJ Holdings. So overall, it's probably not a good idea to buy the mystery boxes. You should pretty much avoid it at all costs unless you see a product like this where you can actually have a chance to hit something big. The other addition I will make to this is if you have a kid, go ahead and buy a mystery box. You know, the kid, he's not going to know what's hobby or retail. He's not going to really understand the true value of this stuff. It's just a fun open for a kid because it's a mystery box. A mystery box could be anything to a kid. There could be anything inside there. There could be a freaking ticket to Disneyland. He doesn't know, but he's going to have a lot of fun opening it. Or she. Your kid's going to have fun opening it regardless. And then afterwards, you can maybe take a look at the cards and see what your kid really pulled. This would be a freaking sick product for a kid.
Yeah.
Because your kid can actually get some really sick stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, if you find something that's like $30, $40 or $20 and it's a mystery box and your kid wants it, I don't see a problem with that. If you're actually like a collector and you're trying to see if you can get something really good, you should probably avoid it. That's my opinion.
There we have it. Is that all the questions, Chris?
That's all we got.
Well, we appreciate every single one of you that commented, liked, and maybe subscribed from that 1,000 subscriber video. Like I said before, it means the world to us. And thank you, the handful of individuals who left us questions. We hope we did you justice and gave you a good enough shout out. And if you have any more questions, let us know below. We reply to basically every comment that isn't a trolley or negative comment. So we do our best to get back to you guys and be as engaged as possible. And if you have any genuine questions about the hobby, let us know. It can be a tough and intimidating thing to break into. I know that firsthand, and I've been around for a while. So please feel free to send us any questions. I'm not the master. I don't know everything, but I know enough to make you feel okay. And we'd love to be that resource for you going forward, whether it's our breaks, our advice, our questions, or just seeing us open product. Thank you so much for your support. And please click subscribe for more great Pack Bros content. We have no packs right now, so we have no time. See you guys later.